Are you an F1 student wondering how to stay in the US after your graduation? Or maybe you're a skilled professional looking for job opportunities here in the US? Well, the H1B visa is one of the most popular options. It allows US employers to hire foreign professionals, like yourself, for jobs that require specialized skills in the US. But here's the big news. The H1B lottery for financial year of 2026 is coming up soon, and with Trump back in the White House, many are asking me, will he make it harder to get selected? Hey everyone, I'm Simon Shetty, your host and the founder of Smart Green Card program, and in today's video, I will break down everything that you need to know about the upcoming H1B registration of fiscal year 2026, why it matters, the key challenges, and also how to navigate the process. So if you are hoping to land an H1B or just want to stay ahead of the game, stick around because this video is going to cover it all. Quick heads up though, I'm not an immigration attorney. This video is just for educational and informational purposes, and if you need specific legal advice, you should always reach out and consult an immigration attorney. Let's start with the basics. The H1B process starts with the initial registration process, and employers or their attorneys, they need to electronically register each candidate they want to sponsor. And after that, USCIS runs a random selection process to decide who moves forward. And if you are selected, well, congratulations. Your employer can now file an official H1B petition for you. And that's how the process works in general. But here's the catch. There's a cap on how many H1B visas are issued every single year. Now, let's go over the key updates for the H1B lottery for this year, shall we? The H1B registration for fiscal year 2026 starts at noon Eastern Time on March 7th, 2025 and ends at noon Eastern Time on March 24th, 2025. Now, during this period, employers or their representatives must register each applicant, also known as a beneficiary, for this H1B lottery through a USCIS online account. And it is also important to note that the H1B registration fee is now changed. It was $10 before, and now it is $215. So if you are an employer filing for the H1B petition, but you don't have a USCIS online account, you will need to create one. You'll need to create an organizational account. Employers with existing H1B accounts who didn't really use them in fiscal year 2025 will have their accounts automatically converted into organizational accounts when they log in. First-time H1B employers will also need to create a USCIS account at any time. That's a given. After the registration period ends, USCIS will randomly select registrations. It's a computerized lottery like it has always been, and employers and their representatives will be notified by March 1st of 2025 if a certain registration was selected or not. And as you know, only 85,000 H1B visas are issued every single year, including the master's cap quota. But that's good news though. In the fiscal year 2025's H1B lottery, USCIS introduced a beneficiary-centric selection system to prevent fraud and ensure a fairer lottery process. I've talked a lot about fraud in the H1B system, multiple registrations, and all this other nonsense that was going on. It affected me personally as well. When I was applying for my H1B, I did not get the H1B because of all these malpractices that consulting companies largely, but in general, happen. So anyway, as a result, overall registrations dropped by 38%, meaning there's slightly less competition that was there and a more level playing field overall. Now, this system will continue into fiscal year 2026, which is great news for legitimate applicants because you have relatively less unfair competition to face. But what about Trump though? People are concerned that Trump might make it harder to get an H1B to begin with. But so far though, his stance has actually softened a little bit. He knows that US companies need skilled talent, and you have the biggest people in Silicon Valley behind Trump right now. So could there be new restrictions is the real question. Well, the answer is maybe, but for now, the H1B remains a key visa option for employers, and it has also been defended by Trump, Elon Musk, and many other people in the federal government. Now, here's how you get ready for the H1B process. What can you do to get ready for that process. Number one, make sure that your employer is on top of the process. A lot of times, employers and their attorneys do not understand the complete scope of the process, especially if you are with relatively smaller employers who are filing for the first time. So it might be in your favor to help them understand the process and guide them through it yourself as well. They need to register you on time, and you need to make sure that happens. Number two, double check your documents. Ensure that everything matches up to the records to avoid any rejection before you even enter the lottery. That would be ridiculous. Number three, stay proactive. Follow up with your employer, especially if you are on an OPT or STEM OPT. And number four, explore a lot of other backup options, because hey, H1B success is not guaranteed. It's after all not a pure merit-based system. They put you into a random lottery, and if you're lucky, you get it. If you're not lucky, you don't get it. So definitely look into paths like the O1, the EB to NIW, or even the EB1A as an alternate visa pathway if you are not selected. And it always makes sense to stay ahead of the game by being prepared for these paths. Number five, be patient. The process takes time. So stay prepared and don't stress too much about it, because after you submit that registration, well, it's no longer in your control. It's not really advised to keep getting worried about things that you can't really control. So the H1B cap registration is your chance to work in the US, so don't miss it. If you have any questions though, drop them in the comments below and I will try to answer them. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Smart Green Card channel for more updates. Good luck, folks, and see you in the next one.